Hello, and welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey, if this is the first time we're meeting. Wow. Boy, have I had a busy month of May. You may or may not know, I was away for 3 weeks from, I think, the end of April. And then I got home for, I think I was home for maybe 5 days. And then I've just come back from the New Zealand Creator Con, which was out of this world. I was so privileged to be invited to go and attend this year. I stayed at the very swanky Pullman Auckland hotel, and let me tell you, I felt like country mouse visited city mouse. And yes, it was just, I felt a little bit out of place, but it was stunning. The food was stunning. This is my little lanyard that I got. They picked the photo that was in the New Zealand Women's Weekly. And yeah, it was just incredible, and got to learn so many amazing things. And they had guest speakers from like YouTube and Instagram and Spotify and Meta and Snapchat, which Snapchat is for the young'uns really. And yeah, some workshops and stuff, but the most amazing thing was meeting new like-minded friends, and it was super cool. So I'm recharged and ready to be back in the kitchen and bring some exciting things to you for the next month, the month of June. So yeah, let me tell you about that. Can I just say, my kitchen smells incredible right now. It's just me and husband for a few days. We've got the house to ourselves, woohoo! And it's just super nice to have some quality time together, although he's out on the farm as he always is, and you know, it's a busy job. It's 24/7, and we've had all sorts of issues this morning, but I didn't even have water until lunchtime. So yeah, it's just the farming way really. And my kitchen smells amazing because over here in my slow cooker I've got 2 ginormous lamb shanks. Well, they're probably hogget, to be honest. Shanks cooking away in the slow cooker, and there's a little bit of red wine and some mirepoix and just some beautiful herbs, and oh, it smells so good. So looking forward to that, and I've written the recipe down so I can bring it to you, because I've made lamb shanks for probably 20 odd years, so going back a while. Time to turn this down to low because it's all starting to fall apart already, and I don't care if it does, we'll still eat it either way. Alrighty, so what are we going to get up to in the month of June? Because today is the 31st of May and I've been racking my brain, and I had a very expensive month in the month of June, and in the month of May, and I wasn't able to work much, so I need to pinch my pennies for the month of June and possibly the month of July. And I thought, how can I inspire you guys? Because you know me, that's what I love to do. And I've come up with a little wee challenge, and it's called Just Use It June. And like, it's going to be a hashtag, and I want you to follow me and follow along, and you can join my Instagram page, which I'm going to try and be more present in that. And also, if you've got an Instagram, just come and follow me as well. And I'm learning how to do reels and stories and stuff like that, which is a little bit challenging for this old brain, but we're getting there slowly. And I will be sharing more sort of everyday stuff and stories and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to see more everyday Stace instead of just the 2 videos every week, then pop on over to Instagram. It's actually linked in the description of all my videos, so I'd love to see you over there. But don't worry, YouTube will always be my main focus, because YouTube is where my heart lies, but it's just something for other people to, you know, come and join me. Alright, so hashtag just use it June. And I am creating some printables for you, and of course for myself. And the idea of it is like, so over here in the southern hemisphere it's first day of winter tomorrow, and obviously in the northern hemisphere it's your summer months. And so it doesn't matter if you're in the southern or northern hemisphere, you can do this challenge as well. So, you know, like with all your summer produce coming in soon, you want to just use up everything that you've got in your pantries, your fridge and your freezer and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm trying to have a bit of a budget month, so I'm just going to just keep minimal ingredients and things like that, and just bring you along for the journey. Like I said, I've got some printables and some exciting bits and pieces, so I've got a few notes down here just so I can remember everything that it's, you know, being created and stuff. We're going to have a challenge tracker, and it's going to have a calendar. It's going to have boxes and stuff for keeping track, and meal plan stuff, space to write down, you know, the things that you've got to use up and stuff like that. Like I said, the meal plan and inventory planner, use it up first section, shopping column, all that sort of stuff, and recipe card templates and stuff like that. So, and it's all going to be free, of course, and just a little bit of fun that we can sort of do together. And I will share on probably Sunday videos what my meal plan is for the coming week, and hopefully give you some ideas. And of course in the comments, I love it when you guys, you know, share all your ideas and what you're doing in your homes, because it's awesome, because we all learn from each other. And then so I will be bringing that printable to you probably in Wednesday's video, and once it's all ready and you can download it, I will also come back and put it in the description of this video, so keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know in a post when it's available for you to download. But today I thought, well, you know, poor husband, I haven't been really home to do much of the cooking and stuff, so he's been doing that. And I'm going to, in the spirit of just use it June, I'm going to grab some apricots and make an apricot slice. The recipe is on my website. I'll put my website here, and yeah, we'll make an apricot slice. It'd be nice for him to come in from the cold this afternoon and have a wee sweet treat before our yummy mutton shanks. And all I'm going to do with the rest of that is thicken it up, and then we're going to serve it over mash. Oh, it's going to be great. I just know it's going to be great. All right, so let's get to making this apricot slice. I'm pretty sure I haven't shared it on the channel before, but even if we have, let's make it together anyway. So when I was in Auckland, a friend of mine knew that I was coming up there, and she offered to go into Costco and see if she could grab me some butter. Well, she was grabbing herself some butter as well, and asked if I wanted some. So saved me a trip to get into Costco, and she was able to get me 5 1 kilo things of butter. Now, if you're a Kiwi, this at Costco, 1 kilo, so that's 2 blocks of the normal butter that we get, was $9.99. So I got 5 of them, and I would have loved to have filled my freezer, but you know, like I said, tight budget and all. I got 5, and it's New Zealand butter, and yeah, I've already got some in the freezer, but these ones are going in the freezer as well. So that was awesome, so thank you very much for that, Wens. I actually need softened butter for this recipe, so I'll have to, without a microwave, it makes it a little more difficult. I will just probably soften it in the oven. Perfect, 300 grams. Now I need to leave some of this out for baking over the next couple of days. So in the spirit of things, yeah, I'll probably be, like I said, bringing you some meals and some baking ideas and stuff like that. And I've been also working on my first ebook, and I'm really excited to be bringing that to you, hopefully by the end of June. It's got 7 recipes in there, and it's a very versatile, I don't want to share too much, but it's a versatile recipe that you can use 7 different ways with very affordable ingredients. Right, perfect. The butter in the oven, and in spirit of the theme, I've gone and looked in my preserving cupboard, and I've got 1 jar of apricots left, and this is back from January 2022, and this is why I want to do this challenge, because it needs to be used up, because we're now in, you know, almost June 2025. So we're going to use that. It's the last one, and then to sort of bulk it out a bit more, I've got some apricot jam which was made in January 2024, and I'm going to pop that into it as well. So it's a little bit different to the recipe, but as always I encourage you to change things up. A recipe is only as good as you, no, that's not right, it's not only as good as you want. It's there for a basic, and if you need to change things up for your own tastes or what you've got or budget and stuff like that, just change things around a little bit. As long as you've got your basics knowledge, you should be okay. Right, I've melted the butter, unfortunately. It just needed to be soft, but we'll give it a go, see how it turns out using melted butter. I just need to open up this lid. It's so on very tightly. Oh wow. Whew. That was a well sealed lid. Right, now I just need to drain off the juice. I did it in just a light sugar syrup. Some of the apricots are coming out. You could, the recipe actually calls for 2 tins of just plain apricots, so of course you can just use that, and it's relatively cheap to buy tinned apricots. Well, it is here anyway. But the idea about using the jam is A, to use it up, but also just to help thicken it up a little bit. Such a beautiful jar, the quilted jar. Okay, and now I'm just going to heat this up, and then we will thicken it up. And there we go. Let's give it a good stir. Now I'm just going to make up the slurry with some corn flour and some water. Because there is more juice in this recipe than my normal recipe, I'm just going to double the thickening agent side of it. Because you want a nice thick apricot layer, because it's a slice, you don't want it to run off your slice, so this part needs to be quite thick. Right, that's perfect. And if we've got some left over, that's all good. I can chuck that in the fridge, and we can either make an apricot chicken or something this week. Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll make an apricot chicken. Right. Brown sugar is just about out, so I need to make up some more. But I'm just going to actually put a little bit less in the base of what I normally do, because just know that the apricot's going to be quite sweet anyway with that jam in it. And a little bit of vanilla, and we just need I might just quickly give that a mix. Now I'm just going to add the flour. This is such a versatile recipe. You can change up the fruit portion to other canned fruits or fresh fruits. I've made it with frozen blueberries as well, which is lovely. Just going to give it a mix until it sort of comes together. Right, it looks about good, so you just basically want it to hold its shape when you push it in. Right, let's get the pan ready and we'll assemble it and bake it. I've got the oven preheating on 180. Now, I've just got a tray. It's got a little bit of water on it, so just gave it a rinse off. So that's alright. Helps stick down the baking paper. And you definitely do want to line this because it will be quite sticky. Now, if you've been around for a while, you know that I like to use these little bulldog clips to keep the baking paper in place a little easier so that you can manage it. Alright, get the base. So I'm going to get about 3/4 of the base. You just want to save a little bit for the top. Just sprinkle over the apricot. And that sort of bakes into the apricot as well. Right, so I'm just going to press that down as evenly as possible. Quite like to use the back of a cup. So let me know in the comments if you think you're going to challenge yourself and try and use up your pantry and your freezer ingredients and that sort of thing. I've got some things that I want to be saving up for to help me in the garden, so that's why I'm wanting to save up my pennies for this month. And this is one way that I can save extra money, is by cutting back on food costs. Right, now I'm just going to grab some of the sauce. Like I said, it is going to bake and it will thicken up, but this is the consistency roundabout that you're looking for. The New Zealand Creator Con was, oh my gosh, it was such a wonderful event, and the food was absolutely incredible. I'll see if I can actually add some videos that I took. I'll add them at some point in this video to show you some of the amazing food that they served us. And just sprinkle the rest. You want some bigger chunks, you know, like that, and then some smaller ones. That's what I like anyway. You can do you, of course. And the topping sort of bakes into the apricot, and it is just delicious. Great for school lunches or work lunches, or to give to somebody. And like I said, that recipe is on my website. Okay, now bake it. And I don't know if you can see, but I've got a bit of apricot sauce left, but as I said, I'll make an apricot chicken. Might even make it tomorrow, so I'll go up to the freezer and grab some chicken pieces that I know I have, and we can just put that in the sauce, and I'll make another slow cooker meal. So I'll make sure to record it, and then it'll be in Wednesday's video. Okay, so while that is baking, just to recap, what the challenge is going to be is just to, you know, you can pick something if you want to pick something that you're going to save up for and the money that you save this month, or you can just do whatever you like to do, and just, yeah, all the videos that I put out in this month will be sort of like budget related. I've got a few challenges that I'm going to set myself, and of course I will bring you along for those, but the idea is just to do everything, and just, you know, everything from scratch, and everything that I can do with all my pantry and my freezers and my preserving pantry for sure. That's chocker full, and I need to get through them. And I know that we do this a couple of times a year, and you always enjoy tagging along, but we're going to make a really big effort this time, and I'm super excited. There's the apricot slice. Ooh, it's hot. It's just come out of the oven. Trust me guys, it's really good. You saw how simple and quick and easy it was. I'll let that cool down, and but I'll leave a picture up here somewhere and show you what it looks like when it's all cooled. New Zealand Creator Con, look at this beautiful food. Long cake. Okay. Jelly beans. Look at all these jelly beans. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's slice. Do let me know if you've tried it before, and if not, if you're going to make it, and that'll be awesome to see some of your photos if you wanted to share them on my email, which is also linked in the description. Anyway, as I said, thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, and I will more than likely be bringing you a few budget recipes and who knows what else, eh? So thanks again for all your lovely messages that you've been sending me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. All right, take care. Bye for now.